Kingdom greetings. Apostle Karen Pina here, your glory teacher, heavenly success, and ascension specialist. I hope you enjoyed the last recipe that I made, the pumpkin soup. I'm here today with another one. I'm feeling led to start posting some of the recipes that I have been enjoying for the past couple of years to inspire you to really think about allowing His glory to fill your temple. And you can do that by what you eat. Did you know that? Did you know that? All right, so today I'm here with a beet burger recipe. You heard me right, beets in the form of a burger. All right, so I'm going to read off the ingredients to you and the procedure, and is as follows. You're going to take 1 small to medium-sized beet, 1 1/4 cup tricolor organic quinoa, 1 cup legumes. You can use black, brown, or green lentils. I actually used French-style green lentils and they were delicious. You can use 1 teaspoon pink Himalayan sea salt, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon ground fennel, 1 teaspoon dry mustard, 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley, 1 teaspoon of coriander, 1 small onion chopped, 2 garlic cloves of coarse chopped, 2 tablespoons of salt-free and smooth organic almond butter, 1 to 2 slices of your best bread, 2 tablespoons of ground organic flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar or your sweetener of choice, which could be dates, raisins, prunes, or maple syrup, 1 teaspoon smoked paprika or liquid smoke. Now let me say something about the maple syrup and substituting things that were dry for liquid. You may need to increase your amount of the bread slices or increase your ground flaxseed. Okay? All right, you're going to use 1 teaspoon smoked paprika or liquid smoke, 1 tablespoon vegan Worcestershire sauce, and some coconut or grapeseed oil. By the way, you can also use a little bit of oatmeal if you want to do that. You don't want to increase the bread. Okay, so that's if you go the liquid route versus the dry route. But you'll play around with it. You'll be able to see, okay, the texture of it while you're working through these 9 steps for the procedure. So here's the procedure. You're going to cook the quinoa and cool it. Okay, you can do this overnight if you like. Then you're going to grind the bread in the food processor, spread it out on a silpat lined baking sheet, and toast it in the oven on broil for a couple of minutes until it's slightly brown. You're going to shred the beet in the food processor, or you can shred it using a handheld grater. Add the beans and pulse the mixture inside of the food processor, which is why I would suggest you use that instead of the handheld grater, until it forms into a little ball, right? Turns into a mixture. And then you're going to add the remaining ingredients into a bowl, and then you're going to combine the beet and the bean mixture. Mix well with your hands. I would strongly suggest that if you're concerned about your fingers being red, use some gloves. Form the mixture into patties. You can use the approach of a slider or a bun burger size, maybe 2 to 3 inches, okay, depending upon how you're going to eat these. You can eat them over rice, you can eat them on a bun. All right, so mix and form accordingly. Then you're going to place the mixture of all the individual little patties on some sort of a sheet. I use a foil pan and some parchment paper, and put it in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes to allow the patties and all the ingredients to melt together and fully set, or you can do it overnight. Next, you're going to heat around 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil of choice, right? Again, coconut or grapeseed, olive, whatever you choose, in a medium-sized skillet. Cast iron is my preferred way to go. On medium-high, saute the burgers until brown on both sides, which can take about 3 to 5 minutes. Also, if you prefer, you can bake the burgers on a silpat for about 15 to 20 minutes at 400 degrees or steam the burgers if you're fasting for around 5 to 7 minutes. Now, this recipe is very versatile. You can increase or decrease the amount of patties that you get. I got 8, right? And you can do that by changing the size, okay? How much mixture you use. So you can make, again, smaller burgers like sliders or larger burgers around the 3-inch size. This recipe can be easily doubled, so you can make a big batch by doubling the recipe and then freeze each individual burger by wrapping it in wax paper and then dropping the individually wrapped burgers into a Ziploc freezer bag, and you can store them in the freezer for 2 months. Fabulous, right? Because this is a lot of work. So you make a big batch and you just put them in the freezer. Then when you're ready for one, you pull out 1 or 2 and you cook them however you prefer. Remember, you can bake these, you can pan saute them in a cast iron skillet, you can grill them and steam them if you're fasting. I adapted this recipe from The Minimalist Baker, but there are tons out there online today. And what I believe makes mine different is that I'm using everything that is whole and good for you, and there's nothing here that isn't outside of the plant-based realm. I'm not using any eggs to bind anything, right? And even the sugar, it's coconut sugar or some sort of seed or plant. All right, let me know if you try these recipes and how you're liking them. And before I leave, I want to invite you to 2 things. Join me tomorrow, which is October the 7th at 12 o'clock. I'm going to be on Clubhouse talking about all things glory, all things ascension, and heavenly success, my 3 areas of specialty. And also check out the free course, all right, that this recipe comes from. You can go to bit.ly, fill the temple, fill the temple. Capital F for the word fill, capital T for the word the, and capital T for temple. I put it right there too, because if we've learned nothing over this last year, you've got to take care of your temple. But this course will help you in every area because Glory wants to fill your temple. He wants to fill your relationships. He wants to fill your physical temple, your atmosphere, the local assembly that you're attending, your finances, your spiritual walk, and what you do for a living. So check that out, and blessings until next week.